Flashback weekend 2023. About to see what the fuck we gonna see in this convention next week. Next week we're going to Stephen. It's gonna be packed. Is there too? So we're barely basically here. Yeah, pretty much next week we're gonna be in this building. Today we're gonna be in this building, which not that bad. I'm gonna pretty much feel the experience of the crowd for now. Heavy crowd, you know what I'm saying? Man, someone left this door open, it's easy to get in here. But there's security guys here. Different. Some props here. With the hand, is it? This is a natural advertisement to Hope from the movie.
I definitely love her. How are you guys? Good, thank you. You can come back here. Yeah.
Appreciate it. We got the Charleston too. Didn't know I was back there. That's crazy. And you got the puppet masters.
A child actor, I don't know shit about that stuff. I really don't.
Elise with that pin through. Elise. I take it right now, but soon. Back over there.
Everything is handmade. It's the reason I want to see
it. She's cool ass class, man.
That's cool.
I've seen
select photographs. That is in a different area of this year than it was last year. This year is for photographs on lower level, international level. And I'm going to suggest you walk in, you have the big escalator.
It's decent price.
The stairway behind those to go up to the international level. So the select photograph cells is there as well as the select photograph room. As well as the Q&A room for those select photographs. So that's on the local level. You can get on there by your photographs. And the second announcement, obviously on the old girl, tomorrow as well. We will let you know what happens to see if she will be able to attend on Sunday or not. But the trio of photos that we have tonight or tomorrow, watch for the email for the select photographs, which are there tonight. But tonight, some really enjoy will be available for a duo photographs photograph. So check with the photographs.
Yeah, I think if you see I don't know how I missed
That's like.
time to talk.
Jesus, man.
No, not too much fun. I'm sure I'll see you tomorrow.
It's good. So we're gonna be back. No interviews, unfortunately. Strikes. Alright, cool. So, no interviews with that. Ultimate Chucky, School Rider. That's cool.
circle to the wood steel. Yeah, even though we know it's not great.
Oh, wait. Like, who's this? What's up, brother?
Dudes that never really make their rounds. I mean, they've never gotten leave before.
That's not Chucky.
Like, how long you got there?
10 minutes or so.
10 minutes?
That's cool. Yeah.
Alright, so first question is, how do you start collecting these like Chucky props and stuff?
Well, I started collecting swatches of different movie props from either like Batman movies or different stuff like that. Yeah, I had like a swatch of the Riddler's outfit or whatever, stuff like that. And I started like trading and buying and selling up, kind of stuff like that. And then it eventually turned into getting real stuff. And then I got really lucky. I was at this art gallery and I met a guy that worked on one of the Freddy movies and Child's Play 2, and he had a bunch of stuff and some stuff he gave me, and from there I just got really interested in like, let's try to make a replica of a good guy doll. Let's do the good guy doll justice, and so then we ended up making all that. Yeah, that's how I got started.
How long did it take you to start developing all that process? You know, from like creating your first Chucky doll. I know it's not perfect, you know.
Right. And I had a friend of mine make the molds. I didn't understand how to make molds yet, and then eventually I got really good at it. Now I can make a really clean mold. But we started from there, and yeah, we just made parts and got better at painting them over the years. The first one doesn't look horrible.
I mean, yeah,
but it's not, you know,
gonna be like
compared to what the ones look now. It's
the ones that look like we have for sale.
Yeah, I think where it's at now is it really almost is like a product that it's very clean. Everything's done like robustly and all that, so it's a little bit better than the hodgepodge dolls I made when I first started.
So you made it the ones that they're like vinyl, right? You made the vinyl ones at first, like that one almost, like.
Well, if you're talking about trigger, this.
Your first one, wasn't it like vinyl?
They were still painted. I think maybe the torso was made out of plastic, and then the body was like wire or some sort of ball joint.
It wasn't foam first, right? It wasn't foam at first.
I think I would use that type of foam bed sheeting that you use, and then I would, you know, make the legs and all that and fill it, and then use like just different like zip ties and together.
Yeah, that's what they use as stencils, right? With the
pretty much,
the little pieces stuff. And then when did they pursue you? Like Chucky, when did they start hitting you up? Like, oh, we want to make our own replica. You know, would you be willing to like, you know, give us some of your parts? You know?
Well, I was at this haunted house trade show in St. Louis, and I had made one of the first dolls, and I saw Chris Zeffro, the owner of Trick or Treat, at this
remember what it was called. It was the City Museum. Yeah, that's what it was. City Museum. And I said, hey, you know, would you be interested in making these? And I showed him a picture of it. And apparently, I posted this picture, and someone else took the picture and showed it to him and said, hey, I can make you one of these too. So then he told me, he was telling me, he's like, I don't even think you're the guy that made it. I'm like, yeah, he thought I didn't make it. I was like, okay.
Hold on, let me prove you wrong. Come on, let's go. Let's put some pictures. Like, like, oh, the guy has similar pictures.
Yeah, and it was just like, you know, it was just that was our original. You know, I saw him there, but then like a year later, someone must have approached him and said, hey, no, he did make that, and he's like, you should talk to him. And then they reached out to me at the following year at the same trade show, and we went out for Chinese food, and we made the deal. So yeah.
When was this? What year was this? 2017?
Probably 2016 or 17. 16, 17. I probably started making dolls in 2015.
Yeah, I remember. I started browsing the rep on Facebook around that time, 14 or something, 2014.
Yeah.
I think I seen your pieces, and I seen some other pieces. But
Yeah.
I wasn't really sure, like, who, you know what I'm saying? You said we were trying to say people's art, so I'm like, over here, like, I don't know. Until like I started seeing your name on watermarks.
Yeah, then I just started
do.
putting watermarks because people just use your pictures, and that's how it is. So.
And I know recently they were using watermark. They took that one, right?
Someone, I mean, I talked to the guy that used it, and I don't know if it was just innocent and not what he meant. I don't know.
Trying to spam some type of like new, I don't know.
Yeah, it was just like he was like he's a custom maker that was promoting something that it seemed. Yeah, he was like saying I could make this kind of deal, and I was like, yeah, that sucks. You know, when people do that. Well, it was like Facebook scams that you see, like of ads of other people's stuff. It happens all the time. And at one point there was videos of me.
Good guy.
And I would be at these conventions, and people would come up to me like, "You never shipped my doll," and I'm like, "Where'd you buy it from?" And they show me this like weird site, and I'm like, "Yeah, no, that's not me." And unfortunately, it's like in other countries, so it's like, what are you gonna do?
China or something. Yeah. So then, are you in plans on making more items with your pieces, or is it?
I'd love to.
I don't know if it's true, but I heard something about the licensing went too high. I don't know if it's true or not.
So every 2.5 or 3 years we have to re-sign. So then there's a point where it could end. So then you let the retailers know, hey, we still have to renegotiate, and so sometimes that's what happens. But there's like different licenses for different scales. So if someone else, you know, some other toy company gets the life-size scale, we're always going to be able to make like other scales and stuff like that. I'm not sure. I'm not sure at all. No. Be right back. Probably like a half hour, maybe. I don't know.
Thank you.
What? Sorry.
Oh, he's right here. He's right here. He's right here.
Oh, there he is. This guy has chips.
Snacks,
But yeah, where were we at? Sorry.
About the item stuff. But is the heads for the Ultimate Chucky doll, are they really limited, or they just limited for now?
I mean, I ordered a bunch of them. I get a wholesaler deal, so I sell them and make some extra cash from them. And I don't know, they're making a lot of them. So I
want to get them, but right now, you know, everything.
There's so much stuff for sale right now, so it's kind of the market's very flooded and but you know, all that stuff will always come back. Like recently, like there was Trick or Treat had the Texas Chainsaw Massacre license, and it went to Ruby's for like 2 years, and the license holder got like apparently either upset or they weren't doing much with their license, so then it reverted back to Trick or Treat, and now they're making them again. So it's kind of one of those things. It'll be around. I can't picture it. Usually things take a year or two to develop anyway. So it's kind of
all licensing, all products, all like signs and names and stuff into it. I don't know too much.
Yeah, and like the factories, you have to for sure have it planned about a year in advance.
So it starts getting out there.
Yeah.
And all the companies like Universal will know, like, all right, this is getting out
out there. So we know we publish our name on wherever.
And I think we've done really well for them.
Oh, yeah.
Where we probably sold more dolls than any other toy company.
Your stuff was actually a TV series, like no doubt. Like
I was like originally approached to make all those dolls. They wanted me to make about 30 dolls handmade, which would have been great, but we just couldn't come to a deal. Like it kind of came to like I was gonna make this for nothing because the problem is there's not like the budgets aren't huge, and sometimes they don't understand, like producers or whatever don't understand like this is how much this costs to make. So then we ended up saying, hey, we can get you wholesale trick-or-treat dolls, and then they went with that. It worked.
So I bought them. Like they didn't really like rented them or something like type of deal. They actually bought them.
I think at one point in the conversation I was like, I'll rent them to you.
Yeah.
I always want them back.
I seen it one piece because I know that in the season like all ripped and stuff.
Oh, I'm sure a bunch got destroyed. I think they like zip tied them all to that truck. And it was.
And they had like a backup puppet ones.
Sure. Yeah, they would use. I know there was a couple used in different scenes where like maybe it was like a really gory scene. They didn't want to ruin the nice one, so then they just ripped the head off of a trick-or-treat doll and just put one like a cast.
Yeah,
they were the puppet doll heads.
Like the one Kyle shot in I think season 1, right? It was in she shot the doll, but it was actually a trick-or-treat studio.
It was like a Tiffany doll.
Yeah, that too. But
yeah, it kind of threw me out when I saw that. I was like, but
they bought them, so like it's honest what they want to do with them.
Right, yeah, it's something like, that they don't have to ruin the expensive prop because it's a TV show, so they have to reuse so much of that stuff.
Yeah, for the next season.
They can't discard it, and I'm sure the budget, it's a certain, there's some limitations.
It's sci-fi, so sci-fi has a little bit up there. But yeah, so you've been approached with like their props there recently, like I'm pretty sure they don't use props from TV series. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, you think have they ever offered the props they're gonna use for the next season, or not yet? They're reusing remote versions.
Usually, how it goes for a television series is that they're gonna keep everything or the majority of everything until it's over.
So the show's over.
I don't know when that'll be.
It could be like
it could go on forever. Go on forever, but that's usually what happens. Is you'll see recently the Goldbergs was canceled, and then there was a big pop store auction. So there might be stuff available on the road, but they try to hold on to everything that they bought.
So reuse it. Just to see if they want to push it next season, right?
I'd love to see it keep going.
And they approach you to actually make the dolls finally, or not yet? Like you're not.
So I provide the casting so that they make the puppets from, and then different components, body forms, shoes, shoelaces, all these different things. But not like a full doll yet.
Yeah,
it'd be cool. But they have Tony has a pretty big team where they make a lot of that. So
yeah, I was gonna say have you ever try to have you go with them in production?
Usually what it is because it's all filmed in Canada. There's limitations for U.S. workers to be there. They have to have so many Canadians working on a set. There's guidelines. So usually they can only take 1 or 2 Americans to Canada to film. So usually it's the main people, and I'm not the main person. I'm one of the others. So we're just fine.
But so they were to put it film in the U.S. They probably would have maybe.
Well, then it would have worked. Yeah. If it was filmed in the U.S., they just get such a big tax break in Canada, and apparently it's significant enough to fly people to Canada.
It's cheaper. It's kind of. I heard it's cheaper with taxes and stuff over here.
Sure. And they have a whole all these big facilities there to host all that hotels.
So they had
really convenient for them.
So they really had to grab people from Canada, pretty much audition or.
Yeah. A lot of the actors are Canadian, and that's just how they do it. A lot of films now, mainly TV shows, are from Canada.
Yeah. So what's your favorite project so far from Chucky? I know you had a lot.
I bought and sold things over the years, but currently it would have to be. I have an outfit that was film used in the factory scene in Child's Play 2, and I just got that from Pop Star Auction. And I was really happy because they made several for the film, and I had one a while back and sold it, and I kind of felt regretful about it. And I went and bid it on this one that was in the auction, which was actually originally owned by Alex Vincent's stunt double, Josh, and I actually got it cheaper than what I originally sold the other one for. So I was really happy, and I got it back. And I like geek with the fabrics and the material, and it's just, you'll have to see it when you're over there, but it's just really cool to see like the knit material and the corduroy. It's like the real deal, and it's so hard to replicate. That's why like
so vintage.
Yeah, there's certain dialogues they had back then they don't have now, and so that's why it's hard to get it precise. You try to get as close to
similar, right? But like, so is there any works of any dog for Chucky? So we can't say it. It's like
I can't. I know there's a couple projects I'm doing right now. I'll say there's active projects that haven't been announced.
They haven't been approved or not announced.
They're approved, but they haven't been announced. I can't say no more.
Is something big at least? Like, can you say something big or something big?
In the middle, somewhere in the middle. I wouldn't say we're building a whole nother doll right now because there's so much dolls we have out available, and you don't want to keep making them. You want to take it till next year or something.
Oh yeah, like a couple years.
Yeah,
so everyone forget about that old one, so they bring the new one. You know? Well, that's how you do it.
What I would love to do is the original Good Guy. We started with the $500 retail one. We did. That was based on a model I made back in 2017. I actually made that for the premiere of Cult of Chucky as a display or whatever. And I'd love to like get another shot to redo it. So I'm hoping that if we ever get the factories to redo the piece, that it'll be more up to par to what my dolls are now. And the factories have got pretty good at getting better at replicating.
Yeah, I see that with a lot of stuff like NECA and Ultimate. I recently got the Ultimate, but the NECA one, they're like almost.
Those look really well. There's Moody Pie Productions. Moody, I remember Moody Pie. I was like Moody Pie. Those guys are great. I love their sculpt. I actually really loved their original sculpt before it got kind of changed.
Yeah, they started.
But no, those are cool. I think they're making more of those.
Have you got a piece of have you ever got a doll from them? Or like have you?
No, I barely own. I don't own a lot of. I usually don't have a lot of replica stuff in my house. I like to try to get all screen use stuff. The only thing in my house that I'll probably keep in there is that thing I built.
I'm not gonna lie, that's really cool.
I wanted it for this show to have something more cool to display, and I whipped it together in like 2 days and just did it. It's all from the molds and all that. That was like a 2-day. It could have been a 1-day project, but the way I wake up is all weird. And I just got on it, and my ADHD lizard brain just went, let's get it done. And I just some of the feet molds, they use my older molds, and so I had to hand rotate all that. And so I was hand rotating probably like so many legs, and it's a pain in the butt.
I just figured it might be like a month, probably at least a month.
It all depends. Like when I'm making, I've made so many Good Guy dolls, it kind of gets not honestly boring, but it's very repetitive. And so I got just more excited at this because it was something new.
It's like pretty much a person knows like Chris computer. It's pretty much averagely. Like using your fingers to do whatever the average thing. Like, oh, there you go.
And the hardest thing about making a Good Guy doll and why it takes so long is you got to keep it really clean. Like the paint job has to be perfect. You can't have anything wrong with it. That's got a lot. It's supposed to look like it's got stuff wrong with it. So it's so much easier to make something look messed up than it is to make it look clean. So that's why I would say my Good Guys take forever. I could sit there for weeks on one because it's just like, okay, I gotta redo this area because this looks off, and I'm just very picky. That's why it takes me forever.
I got you. Cause I'm pretty much kind of the same way with if I'm custom making stuff, I feel the same way. Cause I'm like, hold up, there's a little paint chipped out there, gotta re-hit it, But at the end of the day, it's like, it's something that you love doing or you're used to doing. It's gonna just have that habit. It's always gonna be a headache. Not gonna lie, right? It's a headache for you. But at the end of the day, you want to make it somewhat perfect.
Yeah, and they're a pain in the butt to make. So that's why I was happy to partner up with Trick or Treat because they were able to make them cheaper than I could. Because unfortunately, it takes so many hours and days to just get. a doll done, and you know, when you got people that want it, now you have like a year waiting list, and there's people waiting. It's like, I just rather them have the business, and I get paid still from them. Yeah, I get a little cut, so it's nice.
But at the end of the day, the box has your name on it, right? Or something that has your.
They usually hits a SKU number that says GZ for Garrett Zima. So usually they have a SKU number. Some don't. All depends.
Yeah, I mean that's what I'm saying. Like that's like a little Easter egg for you or something like that.
Well, I think I was like showing my dad once, and he's like,
He didn't help out.
he was like, what? You know, like he's just like, okay. And then I'm like, look, my initial. That's a coincidence. So he didn't know at first. Like he just thought, like, okay, he's just having a lot of fun here. But no, it's a real deal.
That's what's up, man. Not a lot of people have that opportunity. That's good.
Yeah, I got very lucky. I think when, you know, the right people saw what I was doing on social media back then, and I've kept it to a high standard where I think that's why people continue using me, like for the TV show, some of my stuff at Halloween Horror Nights, and other stuff going on, and, you know, as clients. Yeah.
Universal uses it, like for real, for Halloween Horror Nights?
Yeah, all their like print stuff, the Good Guy Box.
Oh yeah, because they give you something for that.
They acquired all that, and so every year I'm like, yep, there's my box file or something.
Do you ever attend them?
I've never been to Halloween Horror Nights.
Have you been to Universal at least?
No.
It's actually pretty. I like Florida better.
I went to California last year for some job or whatever, and I wasn't able to go. I was only there for a limited time. So
I mean, honestly, what I recommend is Hollywood's for like somewhat movie behind the scenes, like Back to Future stuff, but like I think the Florida's better. It has more like.
I think Florida's better.
I've been to Florida so many times. I've been to Hollywood once. That's it. Like it was like 2019 or 17 before the pandemic. But I mean, I was kind of like, you know, to me it was like since I've been to Florida so long, I was kind of like, you know what, like it's not really like, you know what I expected. You know, like there's not that many rides, but they do got a tour that was pretty decent.
I'm like I'm an old guy where like roller coasters make me ill. So
I recently went to Universal in January. I went to Hollywood Big Rock Rocket for the first time, and man, that was getting me dizzy. Like my head was getting dizzy. It goes straight up. It goes straight up. Bro, the way it goes up and stuff. I was really getting dizzy and stuff. I was like, man, can you just cut the ride? I was like trying to get out low key.
For those, a lot of these show rides are doing like the virtual thing where you're in the seat. Oh, those make me completely nauseous.
Yeah, I also went to Disney. I think Epcot had one like that, like a spaceship one. Okay. They had like some virtual, like it was like too much effect, like on me. Like it kind of gave me a headache at the end of the ride. Like it literally felt real, but then it felt like shit. Like it would be like I was like,
I see like old clips of the old rides, and I'm like, oh, like I wish they still did. Oh, yeah, I missed out on that. I wish Jaws. I'm a big Jaws fan. I was at the Hollywood Museum in California, and they had the big Bruce Shark, you know, the last casting or whatever they made, and it was just beautiful. Just when you see it in person, you're just like, your heart sinks because it's just the coolest thing.
Like that was at the movie, like that's history right there.
It's from all the original molds, and you're like, man, that thing was fucking big. You're just like looking at it, you're like, it's huge.
I'd be scared to get filmed in too, but especially in 1977 or something when they filmed it, right?
Alright, that's it for Flashback weekend. Only doing one day. Last year did like 2 days. But there's not really that much people I want to see here. I mean, they clear up something, you know, that's what's up. But so next we probably got Bruce Campbell coming through, who knows? I mean, that's the only way I'll come back, or Brad Dorff, you know. Alright, if anything, I'll come back just to walk around, you know, talk to people again, you know, it's fun, you know, doing those type of things. But yeah, if you guys like this video, please like, comment, subscribe, and appreciate if you comment, anything cool or anything you want me to do. I'm gonna be in this motherfucker in the next video. I'm doing 2 days here, so it's kind of pricey, but it's whatever, I see future cast next week, next video. But yeah, appreciate it, y'all.